Hey guys, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with a new video. In this video we're going to be doing a speed build of a restaurant, and this is one of the first restaurants that I think this is the only restaurant that I've created since Dine Out came out, because I have used restaurants but I've never built one. Although this restaurant is more of like it's a pizza place, but I made it a restaurant so that they could like actually serve them pizza rather than making. I kind of wanted it to make it like a bakery sort of thing, but I think you can only serve baked goods at the bakery. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. I just wanted to do this, so I did. It's called Gino'S Pizza Palace, and you'll see why later on in the video. So here, I think I did the entire exterior at first because I'm not 100% sure if I did that. And you can see here I was trying to use that pizza on top of the building to kind of make it look more like a pizza place, but it wasn't working. Plus it was custom content, and I was trying to avoid custom content to the best of my ability. I'm almost 100% sure that I didn't use any, so if you want to download the lot, it's already up on the gallery under my origin ID, which is AlluringSimmer, and the title of it is Gino'S Pizza Palace. If you don't see, then I would just check include custom content, although I don't believe there's any in here, but if you don't see, that's probably why. So here you can see, well, not much is happening right now, but right now I was gonna work on the interior, and I was trying to decide on a layout of how I wanted it to form, like the entryway. And you can see here I made it like smaller because I felt that it was too big and I just wanted to change the layout a bit. So yeah, here I was working on the front like the front counter area, and I was like trying to choose lighting so that you can see what's happening and it wasn't really dark in the room. I always try and put the lighting in first because it makes it easier for you to see what's actually happening. This build took me around like 1 hour to complete, like 1.5 hours, which is not too bad for like a venue build, because most times they take me a lot longer than this. But this one was really easy and it was fun because I've never built a restaurant before, and I actually like play tested it. Not that you really need to, I just wanted to see how it would go, and everything works fine. And the reason you'll see the uniforms, I changed it because I didn't want it to really feel like a restaurant. I wanted it to feel more like a fast food kind of place, because although you can't like take out food or anything, which would be cool, I just thought it would be nice to have it in more of a fast food kind of way. So the uniforms look like fast food uniforms, and you can see the layout is more of like a fast food restaurant. Although you can see I put the host table over here rather than having it at the front because it looked more like it was a cashier set rather than like an actual host table. So when they go to seat you, like they had to walk all the way around. So if you want to change that, you can. You can probably just add a little gate right next to one of the cash registers, so that way Sims can just walk out there. But I wanted to have this specific look because, I don't know, I just wanted it to look more like a fast food place. And then I was trying really hard to find like little signs or something that had pizza on it, and I managed to find this little sign that had like pizza slices on it, and I used that for the front entrance. And then over here I was trying to create this, oh, you can see I added an open sign. I was trying to create this section where like you can see the chef, well, not really the people making the pizza, but however it's not actually like a pizza maker, it's just the chef's oven, but it works. So here I was just trying to find like decor and stuff to use, because I was trying to avoid using custom content, although that would have been really helpful because there's no like really, I was trying to find a painting that had pizza on it, and it was very hard for me to do that because I don't think there is any. Like I was trying to look through everything to see if I could find something that had like a pizza on it, and other than that one sign at the front of the build, there was nothing else really. So here I was trying to make one of those I don't know if you've ever seen it, but when you go into a pizza place, they usually have like a pizza that's like already cut into slices, and it's kind of in this, I don't know, something to heat it, keep it heated, and then if you order just one slice, and they'll just pull the slice out of there and give it to you. But it wasn't working, so I ended up like cutting that out completely. And then here I was creating, I think I was starting to add the tables in, and I was trying to decide which one I wanted to use. So first I had these tables, but then I was going for a certain look, and I thought it looked like a little too fancy. So I think I ended up changing the table completely. Yeah, here I changed the table. And because I felt that this one worked a bit better, because I was trying to give it like a, I don't even know how to describe it, like a rustic kind of feel. I don't know if that's what it looks like, but that's kind of what I was going for. Then here I was creating the washrooms, and well, I haven't started creating the washrooms, I just placed the doors. And I was trying to decide a layout of where I wanted all the tables to go, because I didn't want it to be right in front of the cashier, because although it's not like, we don't need that much space for them to order the food, I wanted to have like a kind of a line for it to look a bit more realistic. So you can see right here I'm adding these, I guess not really fences, I don't know what they're called, like the ropes that they use to like block off the lines. And I actually use that a lot in my venue builds because I think it's really useful to create lines. And here I was trying to add in those pizza boxes, but it was kind of annoying because once you place them down they're open, and I wanted like a closed pizza box because I thought that would make more sense, but it doesn't work like that unless I were to get custom content, and I was trying to avoid that. So here I was just trying to add a little bit more color to the build because it's mostly just like white, black, and brown. So I added these little green shelves onto the counter because it added a bit of color, and then you'll see I put like plants and stuff on there just for like a bit of decor. So yeah, I think that's the main part of the front entryway. And you can see that little picture of the two chefs. It's actually one of the movie posters that I think came with, what's it called? I can't think of it right now. Movie Hangout. I don't know why I couldn't. Movie Hangout stuff pack. And, or I think it came with a base game and a patch. I'm not sure, but it came once the release of the Movie Hangout stuff pack came, it came with that. So yeah, I added that picture in because I thought it looked kind of cool, and I put it right in front of the doorway to get into like the chef area. So yeah, I thought that was cute. And then here I added a little Chef Gino, and now here is where you can see why I called it Gino's Pizza Palace. Well, one, there is actually a restaurant called Gino's Pizza, but I didn't want to just call it Gino's Pizza. I wanted to be like semi-creative, so I put a little Chef Gino that I sized up, and I called it the Pizza Palace. And then here you can see I just added that little sign there because I thought it looked cool. And I wish the benches were a lot smaller because they're like a cute style, but they're really big, so it's hard to fit it into a smaller lot. And so I ended up not using that, even though I kind of wanted to. And here I was just trying to like add some extra stuff to make it look a bit more realistic, because I wanted to add some detail and I didn't want it to be empty other than the chef table. So I added some counters in, and then a sink. Well, I added in 2 sinks. And here I put in this vending machine, but then I decided I didn't want to use it anymore. So you'll see that in a few minutes. I actually changed it to a different fridge that actually looked like it just had sodas in it, and I thought that was more realistic. So I was trying to create that, like, you know, when you go to order pizza, sometimes they'll just have like a cool, like a fridge with sodas in, so you can like choose what drink you want if you're just taking it to go. So yeah, that's what I was going for with that. And then I added those little, I think those are like tea boxes, but I was like, they could be like spice boxes or something. It just adds more decor, and because there's not a lot of decor items, at least since I also don't have like all the packs, but I do plan on getting hopefully the luxury party pack. I still don't have cool kitchen stuff, but I'm like debating on that one because I've heard that like it doesn't have a lot of like content in terms of things that I would actually use per se, because It has like a few creative sim items, but I was looking at the stuff and I don't know how to actually use it in my games, so I didn't want to get that and then not use it. But if you think it's a good stuff pack, then you can let me know in the comments down below and maybe I'll get it. So here you can see I was like working on the bathroom and then I realized that the room had rotated, so I had to undo that, and then luckily half of the bathroom was already completed, but I had to redo the other half. And both the washrooms are pretty much the same, I think they're just like different colors, that's about it. So yeah, because usually when I create like the public washrooms, I try to use the same layout. One thing that's kind of annoying, I wish that we had like urinals that came with the game, because I got urinal custom content just because I thought it was more realistic, and it is functional, but I didn't put it in this build because I didn't find it necessary. Okay, random thing. When I was looking at the toilet, you'll see, like, maybe for in a few minutes, that I was, like, zooming in and out on the toilet. I don't know if it'll actually show, but it was because I was looking at it and I realized that when you zoom out a little bit, the water looks like a plumb bob, but then when you zoom in, it looks like a circle. So I was, like, trying to figure out if it was just my eyes or if it was actually, like, changing, but it was, which is kind of weird, but, you know, random facts. Here is supposed to be like the fridge, what am I trying to say, like the freezer area kind of thing, where they would go and like that's where all the food would, well, not food, but like, you know, things that needed to be stored in the fridge, that's where it would be stored. And I was originally going to create the shelves myself, but then I ended up actually taking out those shelves and just putting in these pantry shelves because they're already stocked and I didn't have to worry about, you know, adding stuff to the shelf. And we're getting really close to the end of the build. There are just like a few minor things that you'll see that I'm doing, like adding in these cupboards, and although you see there's only 3, like in a few seconds you'll see that I added one extra one because I wanted it to be like even. It didn't really look right to me to have like 3 and then 4 at the bottom. And here you can see I added the floors in and the walls. I don't know if I added walls to the entire lot. No, I think it's just to the chef area right now and the cooler. So yeah, we're getting really close to that. And so I just want to say, if you guys do enjoy this build, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to see more builds like this. I am probably going to end the video right here. Not much else happens. I'm just like finishing up the build, and I'll have screenshots at the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
Everything I do it with a passion. If I gotta be a bitch, I'ma be a bad one. I'm AI with the designs, do rag. Bounce back, game good while we talking practice. Yeah. Pull up score when I want to. Best thing that's to heaven. They be tryna count me out though. I'm just counting blessings. A real woman by the paper. Niggas don't know where I came from. Where I really came up. You never could say I'm lacking. All the shit I've been through only made me more of an assassin. I kill him with compassion. And baby, if they asking, tell him, I go crazy. To the face, you showed up to see me lose, but I overcome, so you overcame. Basic, ain't nothing about me. Basic, crazy, I'm crazy. Better watch what you say to me, cause young swag got the answers. Give him hell, give him pressure. Big couch, no manners. Dirty dancing. Take a look at what I did. Go for circle with the wrist. Whipping at the grid. Get a handful of this nasty. I got it, and you gon' respect it. So baby, if they asking, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em, tell 'em. I go crazy. Crazy. I go crazy. Crazy. Live for the challenge, only makes me stronger. One more reason to turn up on it. I go crazy. Crazy. I go. Everything I do it with a passion. If I gotta be a bitch, I'ma be a bad one.